hand placement, but more importantly, how to turn your hands over, how to snap your hands properly. I'm going to go through a couple drills that I think are best for this, for acquiring this skill. First off, we have to understand why we want the butt end meeting right around the elbow joint area. Okay, first reason is if your hands are too low, all right, the stick is a lot heavier. All right, but second, the pull part of the push and pull aspect of shooting, the pull ends before the push ends. Vice versa is true if your top hand's too high. The push ends before the pull ends. So you have this like, you have a pause in the middle of your shooting stroke. All right, so we're gonna go show you how to fix that and how to improve that overhand snap so you're coming all the way through. So let's come on over here. So first thing we're gonna do is get on our knees, all right? So, or on one knee, I should say. You'll often see quarterbacks, they often do this drill where they get on one knee, all right? And they practice this drill where they're snapping their hands and they're just throwing the ball, right? Because in this position, the only thing they're utilizing is their hands. And the only thing they're trying to acquire is the skill of turning that hand over and getting their arms up in the right position. All right, so first thing we do is we make sure we're back at about 90 degrees at the armpit and elbow joint. All right, this isn't required for all shooting, but it's a good starting position for most people. All right, this is where humans are at the fastest, and this is where we move most efficiently. As you get better, you can start to cheat that and bring it down, things of this nature. But we're gonna start here for now, all right? Butt end meets right around the elbow joint. We want if I'm shooting right-handed, we want our left knee up. I'll move this bucket. We want our left knee up at about 90-degree angle at the knee joint. We want our front shin perpendicular with the ground. All right, so we want to make sure we have the human body in the correct position. Remember, we're not fitting the human to the skill the way that we think the skill should be performed. We're fitting the skill to the human, the way humans are designed to move. All right, we want to try to take our opinions out of the matter and optimize human performance. Hands are going to be back, all right? Bottom hand up. We don't want our elbow up like this, all right? We want it relaxed, and then it allows us to come back further. All right, so relax that front elbow. All right, then you come through, snap as hard as you can. Now, as you come through with that snap, right, your hands are gonna drag forward. We call this dragging, when the stick doesn't actually start to come up at all, but the stick just stays on the exact same plane and you just pull it forward a little bit. So I like to call it dragging. As we come through, then we think about that time to start to turn the hands over, boom. You turn your hands over, and that snap will pull your shoulders forward. All right, so it's going to look a little bit like this. Boom. All right, and then you're driving forward. Now we want that stick to hit the ground extremely hard. If you come down flat, you're going to break the head of your stick. That nose hits the ground, then you're in good shape. You won't break your stick, and you're actually getting those hands to turn over. All right, so in full speed, it's going to look like this. Boom. Snap straight over the top. Bring it back. Boom. All right, if I'm to turn towards the camera here, we're going to be right here. You want that stick head on the y-axis, because what we're trying to accomplish right now is an overhand shot. Come up, snap at full speed. Practice this endlessly. Now, the reason why we don't come across our body, okay, is to make sure we're acquiring the overhand motion. This is fine if you're trying to acquire a 3/4 arm motion, but if you're trying to acquire a straight over the top motion, you want to stay on this side of the body only for this drill though. All right, when you go to shoot, obviously we're going to come across the body when you're standing up. But for this drill, we want to come straight down to try to promote that straight over the top motion. All right, so now I think we're going to use the Performix here for this drill. I like to get nice and tight to it, all right, just to make sure I'm not coming at 3/4. So here I am down on one knee, left leg up because I'm a righty, I'm shooting right-handed, and I'm hugging this Performix nice and close. Now it's flexible, so I can't get hurt if I hit it, but it's a good reminder to tell me whether or not I'm shooting overhand. Okay, so I get in position here, I get nice and tight, ball and stick, hands up. Remember, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Hands back, on your own go or on a coach's whistle, snap that hand straight over the top. Now you notice I started to come across my knee a little bit there. All right, I don't want to promote that 3/4 arm motion, not because I dislike 3/4 arm shots, but because that's not what I'm trying to learn right now. All right, so I'm going to adjust myself a little bit. Hands up. All right. Snap. Good. Hands come back. Snap. Good. And this is a great way to practice painting the post, making sure you're picking your sides appropriately. So if I want to stay on the right side here, if I want to go high with the right side, I stay a little higher. I was a little wide there. All right, get a little tighter. Hands up. Boom. Hands up. Boom. Hands up. About 90. Good. I'm going to switch over to the left side a little bit here. So again, we're just making sure we're snapping, turning those hands over. All right? Good thing to remember is you want to make sure when you're turning your hands over and you're snapping, that butt end hand is meeting right around the elbow joint on the finish. If you hit the ground before that bottom hand meets the elbow joint, you failed to snap all the way. And we see a lot of shooters, when they come through, they snap part way. They stop right about here. We want to come all the way through for that snap when we're standing up. So that's what that helps promote. All right, on one knee, turn those hands over 100%.